What is a purpose? Why should I have a purpose? How do I go about discovering a purpose? What will change about my life if I begin to live with a purpose? These are the 4 important questions we are exploring this weekend. Namaste. A purpose is the answer to the question, why? Why should I work so hard? Why should I put up with all the nonsense of people around me? Why should I keep finding solutions even when the going becomes very tough instead of quitting? Discovering the purpose and walking the path to fulfill it is the answer to all these questions, whether at an individual level or at community level. Why should you have a purpose? I have seen organizations at various levels, as couples, as families, as institutions, as movements, and as nations. As a leader, I recognize the value of progressive systems and intelligent systems. But no matter what kind of systems you create, what kind of rules you enforce, so long as the consciousness of the individuals that constitute the system does not transform, the system can never attain its vision. An untransformed, frustrated mindset will any day overpower the most efficient external system. That is why a focus on transformation is a must for any leader seeking to create an extraordinary impact on the world. This we have already seen yesterday. Let us now ask the second question. How do we discover a purpose? Conventionally, you are given either of the 2 advices. The first advice, you scan what fascinates you. Somehow settle upon any one option that looks most feasible. Make that your purpose and go on working hard at it. The second advice, you check on what you're good at. Decide to make that your purpose and try to love it for the rest of your life. Or if you don't want to follow either of the 2, you become like children who choose the catcher in a game by singing "Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo" and choosing wherever the song ends. You also choose your future path like that, not with conscious attention, but allowing life to take you wherever it does. You're terrified of making a choice. Well, here is the truth. True greatness is not achieved through a purpose that is contrived, nor does true greatness land like a windfall. Imagine a Gandhi, a Shivaji, an Einstein, a Picasso going through either of these methods. It would be ridiculous, isn't it? Let me share an important secret with you. Every true leader in any field only discovered purpose when they moved into an expanded, enlightened state of connection. They did not discover from an ordinary, stressed out, self-centered state of mind. The discovery of purpose is a single-step journey. Remember this. Only when you radically break free of your limited preoccupation with yourself and awaken to a state of connection, you will find your purpose. Your purpose becomes unveiled to you, and that is your swadharma. So what is connection? Connection is gratitude. It is an awareness that we are the result of innumerable efforts of people we know and we may never know. Gratitude is an inner awareness that without you, I would not be where I am. Without you, I would not be who I am. Without you, I would not have the beautiful moments I have today. Your gratitude wants you to do something in return for them. Your gratitude wants you to make life beautiful to others the way it was made for you. Pause for a moment and think. Who in your life contributed to your life becoming more beautiful? Your mother? Your father? A friend? Your spouse? Your children? Who is it? Do you feel grateful for their presence in your life? Connection is compassion. It is an awareness of the oneness of human experience. Compassion is not sympathy. It is actually throbbing of the heart when you see someone in suffering. And your compassion moves you to make a difference. Does your heart feel for the pain of the world around you? Connection is inclusivity. It is taking into consideration your own well being along with the other. You care for the joy, for the comfort, for the progress of the others, the way you care for yourself. In your decision making, do you consider the well being of others also, or is it only about you? Connection is sensitivity. You feel the happiness of another as if it were your own and celebrate it with them. You also feel the unhappiness of the other as if it were your own and rise up to make a difference. This is the essence of love, beyond all romance and attachments. These are not ideals, these are actual states of consciousness. When you awaken to these beautiful states of being, these states will make you look at the world differently. When you awaken to any of these expanded states of connection, you spontaneously tune into the problems of people around you. You awaken to the crisis of Mother Earth or any living beings around you. You actually see what they need and use your learning to fulfill that need. And that becomes your purpose. For example, there is an Indian scientist who lives in the Himalayas, whose name is Mr. Wangdu. This guy, over the years, has been observing that the Himalayan glaciers have been melting. He is a scientist and he wanted to solve the problem. And what did he do? He realized that glaciers can form anywhere in the Himalayan mountains if you supported it with a structure around which ice can form. So, throughout the Himalayas, this guy has been planting iron rods and ice has been forming around it, forming glaciers. So, he's using his intelligence to solve Earth's problems because he loves the Earth. The career path born of such a state of connection becomes your unique purpose or swadharma. Sometimes, this expanded state of connection awakens you to the beauty of life, and your purpose then becomes to celebrate existence itself. Take the example of Claude Monet, the celebrated French artist. Monet had a very enlightened connection with nature. His awareness of the beauty of nature was such that when he looked at a thing any number of times, he felt he was seeing it for the first time. Claude Monet is an artist who painted a simple bridge on a lily pond. He did not paint it once, he painted it 17 times in 1 year from different angles at different times of the day. Because he was filled with a passion to awaken the world to the beauty of nature, each of these paintings is a masterpiece. Now, let me share yet another secret with you. When you awaken to a state of connection, even an ordinary person flowers into an extraordinary person. It is sad that the majority remain ordinary. They believe they're ordinary and pass away as ordinary people who struggled all their life trying to make ends meet because they never awakened to the power of the beautiful state of connection. But when you awaken to a beautiful state of connection, gifts and genius you never knew that you had within will rise to the surface. Trust me, every one of you is endowed with a gift by nature, and those gifts can only come to surface from a state of connection. And with those gifts, you then become capable of sustained passion and love. Let us now address the final question. What happens when you discover your purpose? You enter a different realm. You become part of the magical flow of life where synchronicities unfold. Ideas, contacts, people you never expected will begin to flow into your lives. You become capable of sustained innovation and creativity. And the greatest of them, you are no more on the run from life. Your heart is awake to the richness of it. You are present. You celebrate life. The quest ends and living begins. Good actions and good thoughts, bad actions and bad thoughts. These are things that are taught to you by your parents, by your school, everywhere, by your religion. Spirituality is not religion. Okay, spirituality is a journey that you take inward. Spirituality is about your inner awakening. Spirituality is about living in that awakened state. So for me and for Preetaji, we do not teach, think this, do this, don't do this, don't think this. Because even if I teach you, you will not do it. Religion has been teaching you for thousands of years. Do you follow everything? No. Your parents have been teaching you. You don't follow. You teach your children. Does your children listen to you? No, right? Nobody's children listens. That is why awakening to a state is important. Right now you are thinking you'll be happy if you find your partner, right partner in life. If I have $10 million, if I become a president, vice president, or a CEO of a company, I must have a nice house, nice car, everything nice. Then I'll be happy. Then I will look at enlightenment. But in the law of consciousness, you have to first find happiness. You have to first become joyful. You have to become enlightened. If you become enlightened and joyful, then your success, your abundance, your wealth, your health, your relationship, everything happens. Everything comes. It is like success is at your feet. That is why you are all struggling so much to find joy and love in your life, to find peace in your life. Because you are in the wrong direction. You are thinking that let me get everything proper in my life, then I'll become happy. No. First become joyful, then everything will become proper in your life. You have to first become peaceful, attain enlightenment, then everything else follows in life automatically. Otherwise, the hungry mind is constantly struggling and wanting, and this hungry mind can never be appeased. How much ever you have. I have students who run $15 billion companies, and they sit in front of me and they say, Krishnaji, we want to be with you. I don't want to go back home. I am not happy. I am not happy. My family is not happy. Nobody's happy. I want to find happiness. Understand that you have to find happiness so that your life becomes meaningful. Everything in your life must become meaningful. If it becomes meaningful, then your life will become joyful. Your work must become meaningful. Your family must become meaningful. Your friends must become meaningful. Everything that you do must become meaningful. If it becomes meaningful, everything will be joyful. And if it has to become meaningful, you have to become enlightened.